What up, guys? Jason here. Yeah, I just want to hop on, just talk about some things. Geez, this last weekend and a few days ago, I was just having some really low moments, some really down feelings, and usually better at keeping my thoughts on guard and being balanced, emotional, and I really, I don't know what happened exactly or what I did to, kind of allow these these emotions or these thoughts to take root in my mind for a little bit, but it sent me on a ride of, a low ride, and I just didn't feel like myself for a couple days, especially like one day for sure, and yeah, it was just very unenjoyable to like not feel like myself too, to just feel so low, almost like a depressing like feeling. And I'm so glad this is a rare thing for me. um but I just want to talk about what I've learned from it. I've gotten some revelation from this situation, and I just want to share the experience, and even the struggle, and also what I'm doing about it moving forward. Um, so yeah, I mean, as I was feeling low and just not happy, not feeling very joyful for these couple days, I had thoughts in my mind that taking a drug, popping a pill, or like having a drink, that it would make me feel better. And the truth is, it would make me feel better for a moment, and I've been on this journey of sobriety now for, you guys know, almost 2 years. August will be 2 years, like complete, absolute sobriety from everything. And this whole time I've felt so strong. I felt so strong, and I used to go to, like I went to some like recovery meetings back when I first started, even before I got sober. And um, I've just heard stories of people being sober for years and then falling back into it. And for me, I'm like, that would never happen to me. Like I feel so confident, feel so strong, which I do. But this other couple days ago, when I had these feelings, um, I just realized how easy it would be to slip back into relapse. I mean, it would just take one low moment, one quick irrational, you know, um, what's the word I'm thinking of? Impulsive decision, and then bam, right back into the addictive behavior, addictive cycle that just sucks you in. Um, so I really have more empathy for people that have had a lot of sobriety and fall back into their addiction, because really that's what makes them happen. I mean, if they're feeling good, if they're feeling happy, everything's going all right, that's not usually the time when someone decides to go back to a drug that they got free from. It's usually at these low moments. It's usually when you just don't feel good and you want to feel good. And there's really nothing wrong with wanting to feel good. I mean, who doesn't want to feel good, right? But there is something wrong with, you know, thinking that we need something outside of ourselves besides God to give us joy, to give us satisfaction, to give us, you know, happiness. That's because it's such a lie, right? I mean, you even if I did go back and did something like pop the Percocet or something, um, how am I gonna feel like 5 hours after that? You know, how am I going to feel the next day? That pill runs off. All the highs, you know, you smoke a blunt, that high doesn't last forever. It lasts for a few hours, and then you're back to where you were to begin with. So the key is to like really know that these emotions, these temptations, if you will, um, they're frivolous. I mean, they're real. You feel them. They feel powerful. They feel overwhelming sometimes. They feel, you know, strong. But the fact that, you know, if you give into one of them, if you give into a temptation, just, you know, to relieve that whatever urge that you have and the stress, and just, you don't want that an escape, you will get that release for the moment. But then what are you going to do the next time you get that temptation? You're going to be weaker. You're going to probably fall again easier. You're like, oh, I just fell the other day. I just fell yesterday. Might as well do it again. You know, it's so much easier to do it again. It's so much easier to fall into those temptations again. And so I often think of it as like a muscle, right? Like if I'm working out, if I'm just think of walking, for example, right? If I don't use my legs, if I just lay on the couch all day and watch Netflix and have people bring me food, have people, you know, wheel me to the bathroom, if I don't use my legs, they're going to atrophy and honestly will not be able to walk anymore. The muscles will get so weak, and they'll shrink, and literally like where I won't have muscle to be able to walk and sustain the weight of my body, you know? And that's like the same thing with temptations, the same thing with that emotional intelligence, if you will, where it's like a muscle, where we put our feelings, we put our emotions in check and realize, you know, we control our emotions. Our emotions do not control us, you know, and that takes emotional fitness, that takes practice, that takes discipline, that takes, you know, resiliency of, I mean, that's why there's so much power in longer term sobriety or quitting things that we don't want to do, behaviors, addictions, whatever. And it takes some time to get some rhythm. It takes some time to get some balance and learn how to live without these things that we've been living with and as crutches or whatever. So I just want to make this video just to be, you know, real about, you know, here I am over a year and a half sober, and pretty much out of nowhere I get hit by these low days, you know, just a couple of them, thankfully, and temptations, and, you know, that's when the rubber meets the road. I mean, it's pretty easy to be sober when you're feeling good and feeling happy and feeling grateful for life. What about when, boom, what about when those things hit you? You know, what are you going to do? So I just want to really just express that, guys, and just share how I responded to that. And yeah, I've just also been studying emotional intelligence. Like, what is it? I want to get stronger for next time this happens. I want to be more equipped. So if you guys have any ideas on that, leave it in the comments.